This is The Puppy Who Lost His Way by Zach Thiemer. Once upon a time, there was a small boy named Deshaun Jacobs Jr. Deshaun was 5 years old. Deshaun was a happy boy, and the thing that made him happiest was his puppy. Deshaun's puppy was named Steven. Deshaun and Steven would leave the house at 8 every day and play until it was dark out. Deshaun and Steven loved each other. But one day, when Deshaun woke up, he couldn't find Steven. Deshaun looked in his room, but Steven wasn't there. Deshaun even looked in his fridge, but Steven wasn't there either. Deshaun had no idea where Steven was. Being worried, Deshaun started to cry. Steven was his best friend in the whole wide world, but he couldn't find him. Deshaun decided that he should ride his bicycle and look for Steven. So, Deshaun opened up his garage and got on his trusty red bicycle. He slipped on his helmet and rode out of his garage. Deshaun decided that the first place he would look for Steven is his friend Miguel's. Miguel was Deshaun's best friend, and he would always take Steven to his house. To reach Miguel's, Steven had to ride his bike on the trusty interstate. When he got to Miguel's, Deshaun knocked on the door. Miguel quickly answered the door. Sadly, Miguel said he hadn't seen Steven all day. Deshaun was having trouble thinking of where else Steven could have went. He knew he didn't go to the school because he wasn't allowed there. Then, all of a sudden, Deshaun realized where Steven could have went. Deshaun realized that Steven probably went to the fire station. Steven had always wanted to be a firefighter because Steven was one of those dogs that loved putting out fires. Deshaun quickly hopped on his bike and rode to the fire station. Deshaun rode his bike all the way through town as fast as he could. The ride to the fire station from Miguel's was a very long ride. When he was starting to get tired, he finally reached the fire station. Deshaun knocked on the door of the fire station when he walked up. One of the firefighters answered, and Deshaun asked him if he had seen his dog. Sadly, the firefighter said they hadn't seen Steven at all during the day. Deshaun felt like he would never find Steven. He started to cry as he walked away from the fire station. This was the worst feeling in the entire world. As Deshaun walked home, he couldn't stop thinking of how much he loved Steven. Steven was the best dog in the whole world, and Deshaun would never see him again. This was terrible. When Deshaun saw his house from down the street, he noticed something odd. He saw Steven sitting on the porch. He sprinted towards the house as fast as he could, and Steven ran towards him. The two finally reached each other, and Deshaun hugged Steven. The best friends were finally reunited. The end.